I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going.
My role. Banks, are you the good cop or the bad cop? I've always wanted to
Oh,
know this.
if you and I have to do this, I'm going to be the good cop. You be the bad cop. I'm
Good.
I'm a
I
terrible.
was hoping you would say that. But why are you the good cop?
I'm terrible at being bad.
Really?
Yeah, instilled upon me at a very young age was to be good, and I chose good. Most of my life, I chose good. Every once in a while, yeah, I chose good.
But isn't the bad cop good also? Doesn't the bad cop just use different tactics for a good reason? Isn't the end
Yeah,
justify the means sometimes?
I agree. It does. The bad cop. Yeah, it's like parenting. You can be that parent that is the good parent, good cop parent. Just
Yeah.
whatever you want, I'm there for everything. And then the bad cop is when, or the bad parent, bad cop parent is when the kid acts up and hasn't learned the lesson, and the bad cop's got to come in there and give him hard love or whatever it's called. It's called something
Discipline.
love. Yes, yes, tough love, tough
Tough
love.
love. Tough love. So which do you think we learn more from? Which do you think has a more valuable role as far as helping us grow and mature, become better people?
I'm gonna really simplify this. Good cop is love. Bad cop is not love.
Bad cop is not love.
Yeah. Well.
So have your parents ever been hard on you because they care about you, because they love you, they've
Oh.
tried to teach you good
Oh
lessons?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't that being the bad cop though? Like having to do the tough part and discipline you as opposed to just hug you and dote on you constantly and spoil you?
Yeah. There's deception, both of them, I guess. I'm thinking of, like, CSI, or I'm thinking of Law and Order. Those kind of bad cop. Okay, you be the good. They know what they're going to be when they go in. Uh, ah, how do you? I mean, I'm looking at it as in a parenting frame of mind. How do you teach someone, a child, your own? How do you teach him or her something, and teach them to be ready for the world?
I think we need both. I think the majority of teaching comes from the bad cop. And I think the healing, the reminder that they're loved comes from the good cop. I think we need both. I think the bad cop's got to do what they got to do, and then we go running to the good cop for the hug and the okay, yeah, that was rough, but it's going to be okay. It was for a good reason. And then we screw up again, and we go back to the bad cop. I just think it's one of those symbiotic cycles.
Um, that's kind of ironic, because in my family, my mom was the bad cop, my dad was the good cop. I mean, I'm oversimplifying here in
Sure.
general, and sure enough, yeah, my mom was just hard as can be. Did not take anything. That's why I had I was number six. I had five brothers and sisters ahead of me, and I got to watch them and see what they messed up on, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like them. Um,
Was your mom tired by at that point? Was she just tired of parenting, or was she like more strict than ever? Did she like learn from the first five, or was she just exhausted and like whatever, do what you want? Or is that a tough question?
um, no, no, she did not say learn. I mean, she might have eased up a bit, as you know, eight kids in my family. By the seventh, the eighth one, she was considered to have never been spanked, or never been paddled, or never been had a wooden spoon against her, which is what we had in our family. Um,
Yeah.
and so, but however, the first seven, we got reprimanded quite
Okay.
severely.
Oh yeah, yeah. I learned about midget tossing very young. Uh, that was part of my let's call it reprimand, and I was the midget, obviously.
Okay, so corporal punishment, right? Corporal punishment, which is physical punishment, right? Paddling,
Yeah.
um, grabbing the arm, get their attention. My mom had a wooden spoon. That was her corporal punishment. Um, I, I never like hit my kid with something. I would have to grab their arm and get their attention sometimes. Um, However, never something, and that was the difference between my family, my mom and dad and myself. And
My mom used Tabasco sauce. So she tried to teach me English very young, but I wouldn't pick up on English. So I was sarcasm as my first language, as you know. And yeah, Tabasco sauce, when I was too sarcastic, right on the tongue.
oh, really? Oh
That wasn't
my.
very, when you're 4 or 5 years old, that's not very pleasant.
Oh my God. Wow. No, my mom was in the kitchen cooking all the time and she had a wooden spoon, within arm's reach.
Yeah.
And if we acted up,
Right from the pasta, huh? Right out of the
oh
pot.
my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you miss
Um,
those days? I kind of miss the days when that was, I'm kind of on the fence on this.
what
Like
do you
it
mean?
worked, physical punishment of
Hmm.
children.
Yeah.
It worked, right? Boy, it kept me in line. But at the same time, it's physical punishment, and that's really frowned upon nowadays for a good reason.
Yeah. I mean, we can say it now that it worked because we're because of what we're doing, because we're I don't want to we're doing what we want to do. Okay, we've
Yeah.
learned, we've been indoctrinated into this culture. We learned how to survive, how to thrive in this culture. And and so when we look back and, oh my God, my mom spanked the heck out of me. I don't at the time I wasn't going to call it, what home, Florida State home and whatever resources.
Oh,
Well,
DHS or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to call it DHS. However, when I was raising my kids, they knew about that. They could have called DSS. I only grabbed their arms. I think though the punishment now is more emotional. Maybe, is it more? I mean, that it was physical, and we woke up and was like, okay, I'm not going to stick my hand on that stove anymore, and you know, we learned it. I
I just
was
don't,
not the. Go ahead.
yeah. I just don't think we have the consequences we used to. Like nobody wants to get their ass beat physically, for sure. Uh, I'm just wondering if we lost the consequence of our actions. Younger people today, where we can't hit our kids. We can't, we have to be careful because then they'll call DHS or they'll talk to the school principal or and then we get in trouble. Uh, but then as a result, we're not held accountable. Kids are
Kids aren't held accountable. Is that what you said?
not held accountable to poor actions or to things like that. And
So, what I hear you saying is that because of corporal punishment, we are accountable more, let's say, than let's say our kid, like the generation or two generations below us.
yeah, I think we have higher standards as a result.
So, so you're talking societal here, community wise. So are we becoming more lawless? Are people like getting in trouble and they're just finding a way to get out of it? Lie, cheat, steal, whatever. And then I'll hire the most expensive lawyer and he'll get me off scot-free.
I'm not sure we're going that direction. I think we're losing. We're losing. We're settling for less. When you don't have standards, what happens is you don't necessarily break the law. I'm not talking about morals, so to speak. I'm talking about you settle for less than you deserve. You get a job that pays you $7 an hour and you think that's okay. And then you complain about not being able to afford anything. I think we get to a point where we just start losing. It's the best way I could put it, man. I don't know what other word other than we're just losing as a society.
So so because our standards have gone down to $7 an hour standard, yeah, we're getting $7 an hour, where our standard should be $18 an hour, correct?
Our standards should be busting our ass, working hard, doing the right thing. I don't know. It's maybe I'm off on the corporal punishment, creating, drawing the parallel there, but I definitely think we need to raise our standards as a society for sure.
All right. So how do we do that? In a
Right.
minute, how do we do that?
How do we do that? We go fail. We go out and
Failure.
fail real fast. Everyone's afraid of failure. I think failure was kind of beat out of it. We got to go fail. We got to go try new things. We got to become entrepreneurs. We're in a country of entrepreneurship. That's how you win in this country, not by being an employee working for someone else. We need to try stuff like that. We need more people doing that. Not everyone, just more of us producing, creating, monetizing.
Yeah.
That's 30 seconds right there.
All right. Yeah. Close to it. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going
Viral.
viral. Viral.